Carl himself. So Carl is like the queen, which, again, if you haven't watched our How to Beat the Queen video yet, you should probably check that out. But when we play against the queen, we have to spread jam more than her, cover her color up, right? So with Cupcake Carl here, we have to actually catch more pufflers than he does. So you can see that you catch pufflers just like you would on any other level. But the one thing to notice here is we have a meter and we have a total of 3 that we need to get before he gets a total of 3. Okay? So it doesn't necessarily mean that there's 6 under here. I think it actually might mean that there's a few more. But the first player, either us or Carl, who gets the 3 wins the level. So the biggest standout in this versus mode compared to the queen is, since we're removing ice and he's doing the same thing, we have to actually plan out so that we don't leave a situation where he can, we knock all the ice except for 1 square off, and then he can just come in and take our spoils, or whatever you want to say. So, just like any versus level, you can see I got a triple stun, so that's always a good thing to do. You see the sparkling on the outside. I made, as many specials as I could. So now, like, say here, I could match these 2 together. If I don't, he might. But say here, since I have the super match, or whatever they call it, I should be able to free this entire puffler here, just like that. So if you get your, your super match, probably a good idea to do that, since we're competing. So now I'll just continue to look for more specials I can make, or where I can get this guy out over here. Neither one of them looks real good. See, if I pop the top off of here, then he'll probably move, but just really not an advantage. It's really just going to get that ready for Carl. So I can play defense here. I got 11 moves left. Yeah, I'm just going to go ahead and do that. Just remove a useless piece of ice and sort of wait to see what materializes. So here I can make a fish, or I can make a wrapped, and I'm going to get an extra move. I'm going to go ahead and make the wrapped. It moved down as you saw, but I can free this one up here. So, this is a typical decision that you'll come across when you're playing. Since we have to get the thing, we're going to get that first. But, making this match would open up a little bit of the space, but it doesn't make a special, so it doesn't stun Carl, and he gets to move next. So you definitely want to go for freeing a puffler that you can see right there, rather than, any other kind of move that would take you away from taking the lead. So here we have 1. There may be 2 here, actually. There are 2 here. So the main thing we want to do is not let him get 2 before we get 1 more. So none of these moves are that great. I'm just going to go ahead and drop this to change things up a little bit. That's going to give him a pretty good go to make a special. But luckily he's not that smart, and he decided to do that. I can make this fish and collect the last one at the same time. And that's pretty much how it works. So this is the simplest of all the Cupcake Carl levels. These get really tough later on. So some general tips you want to keep in mind are, like, try to anticipate what he's going to do. And there's a lot of frustration with that, more so than the queen, because the queen not being good at making, moves where they have a, where they're planning for their next move is helpful, because you're just spreading jam. But with Carl, sometimes it's hard to anticipate it's hard to set up something